2 children recover from gunshot injuries to the head, discharged from hospital. Newsroom, in a heartening update, 2 children who suffered gunshot injuries to the head have successfully recovered and been discharged from the hospital. In June, a 6-year-old girl from Mon Repos, East Coast Demerara, was shot while asleep in her bed. Chief neurosurgeon at the Georgetown Public Hospital, Dr. Amarnath Dukhi, confirmed her recovery, stating, "We were able to operate on that child, and I actually saw her at my clinic. She is talking and doing well." The incident occurred when the girl's mother put her to bed. Upon hearing her daughter groaning while using the washroom, the mother found her child drenched in blood. Investigations revealed a suspected gunshot entry point in the zinc wall near the victim's bed, though no spent shell casings were found, and witnesses reported not hearing any gunfire. In July, another 6-year-old boy, Jeremiah Gustav, was shot during a crossfire incident on Charles Street, Georgetown. Dr. Dukhi noted, "That child has also been saved and discharged and is recovering with physiotherapy at home." Marlon Marcus, known as Meisman, was arrested in connection with Gustav's shooting. Reports indicate that Jeremiah was standing next to his mother, a food vendor, when Marcus fired 4 rounds at a man known as Crab over a debt. The stray bullets tragically struck the boy. In a related recovery, 50-year-old Chinese businessman Jianqing Chen, who was shot twice in the head last month, has also shown remarkable improvement. Dr. Dukhi emphasized the advancements in neurosurgical care at the hospital, stating, "We were also able to save that guy." These recoveries highlight the resilience of the victims and the effectiveness of medical interventions at the Georgetown Public Hospital. The community is urged to remain vigilant and work together to prevent gun violence and ensure the safety of all. Denellon Emanuel, known as Thug Life, acquitted of attempted murder and wounding charges. Qaeda News, Denellon Emanuel, 38, commonly referred to as Thug Life, has been acquitted of attempted murder and wounding charges by a 12-member jury in the High Court of Demerara. The unanimous verdict was delivered on Tuesday, concluding a trial presided over by Justice Navindra Singh. The case stemmed from an incident that took place on September 20, 2022, at a superbet shop in Decriminalization, West Coast Demerara. Emanuel was accused of stabbing Nizam Khan, also known as Amir, during a confrontation. According to the evidence presented, Emanuel and Khan had known each other for 4 years and were involved in a heated argument on the day of the incident. It was alleged that Emanuel threatened Khan before pulling out a Rambo knife and attacking him. However, Khan managed to fend off the attack with his bicycle and exited the shop. Later, while returning home, he was reportedly followed by Emanuel, who then inflicted a stab wound to Khan's neck. Khan was subsequently transported to the Leonora Cottage Hospital and later transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation for treatment. During the trial, jurors reviewed video footage of the altercation. In a caution statement to the police, Emanuel admitted to stabbing Khan but maintained that he acted in self-defense, asserting, "The man attacked me, and I had to defend myself." After careful consideration of the evidence, the jury delivered a unanimous not guilty verdict for both attempted murder and the alternative charge of felonious wounding. Emanuel's defense was led by attorney Kiswana Jefford from the Hughes, Fields, and Stobie law firm, while the prosecution was represented by attorneys Muntaz Ali and Christopher Belfield. This verdict concludes a significant chapter in the ongoing pursuit of justice, underscoring the complexities of self-defense claims in the legal system. Tragic loss. Family demands answers following death of 24-year-old woman at New Amsterdam Hospital. A young woman, Toshana Wilson, 24, has tragically died after delivering a stillbirth at the New Amsterdam Hospital. Her family is now seeking answers about the circumstances surrounding her death. Toshana was admitted to the hospital on Friday for observation after experiencing low blood sugar levels due to her diabetic condition. According to her mother, Melina Wilson, the family was informed that Toshana's blood pressure was slightly elevated, but she was not in labor and had no immediate concerns at that time. On Saturday, Toshana received several units of insulin, but her mother expressed concern that the dosage was insufficient compared to her usual intake. "She normally takes 30 units in the morning and 20 in the evening," Melina stated. She told the medical staff, but they weren't listening to her. Later that day, Toshana contacted her mother, distressed and in pain, reporting that her blood sugar was high. Family members brought her personal blood monitoring device to the hospital, revealing a dangerously elevated level of over 600 millimoles per liter. Although insulin was administered, Toshana was moved to the intensive care unit early Sunday morning. Melina recounted her daughter's last moments, saying, "She told me she hadn't felt the baby kicking anymore. I told her that maybe the baby was just tired." Tragically, the family received the devastating news that Toshana's unborn child had died that Sunday morning. Melina was later informed that Toshana's blood sugar levels had returned to normal. Concerned for her daughter's health, she urged the medical staff to ensure Toshana was given food to regain her strength. However, shortly after midnight, Melina received the heartbreaking news of her daughter's death. The grieving mother is now calling for a thorough investigation into the medical care provided to Toshana, alleging negligence on the part of the hospital staff. "I want answers. I want to know what happened," Melina pleaded. In response to these concerns, Regional Health Director Dr. Vainshri Kairadhar has assured the family that a comprehensive investigation is underway regarding the circumstances of Toshana Wilson's death. The family seeks to honor Toshana's memory by ensuring that such a tragedy does not happen again and that proper care is provided to expectant mothers, especially those with high-risk conditions. GRA warns against abuse of duty-free concessions and signals intention to appeal High Court ruling. News source Guyana. The Guyana Revenue Authority, GRA, has issued a stern warning against the abuse of duty-free concessions, particularly by individuals and auto dealers attempting to defraud the state through the importation of high-end luxury vehicles. In a recent statement, the GRA addressed the implications of a ruling by the Chief Justice concerning the application of duties and taxes. The authority emphasized its commitment to enforcing the regulations governing the importation of luxury vehicles, especially as they pertain to individuals granted remigrant status by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The GRA clarified that remigrants are permitted to import a vehicle for personal use under specific conditions, which include reduced taxes based on engine size. For example, while a typical taxpayer importing a high-end vehicle may incur taxes exceeding $44 million, a remigrant could pay a maximum of $6 million for the same vehicle. Unfortunately, this system has been exploited by some unscrupulous individuals and auto dealers, who entice potential remigrants to travel to Guyana, obtain remigrant status, import luxury vehicles, and then leave the country. Alarmingly, many of these applicants lack sufficient financial means, bank accounts in their country of origin, or even valid driver's licenses. The GRA has noted the involvement of employees from exempt organizations and public servants in these activities. To combat this abuse, the authority has adopted the principle that he who asserts must prove, requiring applicants to provide the source of funds used in acquiring high-end vehicles. Considering the significant tax implications and the potential damage to the nation's revenue, the GRA plans to appeal the Chief Justice's ruling to ensure uniformity and integrity in the process. The Revenue Authority is committed to exploring all options to prevent system abuse and protect national revenue. Individuals who attempt to defraud or facilitate such abuses may face severe penalties, including fines and imprisonment under relevant sections of the Customs Act and the Income Tax Act, stated the GRA. Essequibo Mun sentenced to 19 years for the murder of neighbor. Guyana Times. Elroy Withright, a 25-year-old resident of Farm Village, East Bank, Essequibo, has been sentenced to 19 years in prison for the murder of his neighbor, Andrew Drakes. The brutal attack occurred on June 8, 2019, when Withright armed himself with a cutlass and violently assaulted Drakes at a local pump station. The case reached its conclusion after Withright entered a guilty plea before Justice Shirtle Isaacs-Marcus in the Demerara High Court, thereby avoiding a lengthy trial. During the sentencing hearing on Wednesday, the courtroom was filled with emotional testimonies, including a heartfelt plea from Natalie Hines MacDonald, the aunt of the deceased. She expressed her grief and faith, stating, "I hurt a lot, I grieved a lot, but nothing can bring back my nephew." Turning to Withright, she added, "I forgive you. There is hope for you because there is a God. I beg this court for mercy on you." Withright also expressed remorse for his actions, apologizing to Drakes' family members during the hearing. His attorney, Kezia Williams, highlighted mitigating factors, including Withright's challenging upbringing, struggles with substance abuse, and mental health issues. A probation report described him as mild-mannered and cooperative while in custody. In her sentencing remarks, Justice Isaacs-Marcus emphasized the gravity of the crime, noting the premeditated nature of Withright's actions, as he had retrieved the cutlass before confronting Drakes. She pointed out the trauma inflicted on Drakes' family, particularly as one of his children witnessed the attack. While acknowledging the seriousness of the offense, Justice Isaacs-Marcus also recognized Withright's remorse, early guilty plea, and lack of prior convictions. Consequently, she reduced the initial 30-year sentence, accounting for the 5.5 years he had already spent on remand. The final sentence of 19 years includes provisions for continuous psychiatric care and vocational training during his incarceration. In addition, Justice Isaacs-Marcus ordered counseling services for Drakes' widow, children, and other relatives to help them cope with their loss and trauma. As the hearing concluded, Justice Isaacs-Marcus expressed hope that Withright would utilize his time in prison for reform and emerge as a productive member of society. For the family of Andrew Drakes, the judgment provides a measure of closure, although the void left by his tragic death remains profound. SASOD to intensify efforts for decriminalization of same-sex intimacy in 2025. Guyana Times, the Society Against Sexual Orientation Discrimination, SASOD, has announced plans to amplify its advocacy efforts in 2025 to eliminate laws that criminalize same-sex intimacy in Guyana. This initiative aims to eradicate all forms of discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression. During a human rights forum hosted by the Guyana Together campaign and the Rotary Club of Georgetown, SASOD's director, Joel Simpson, outlined the organization's objectives for the upcoming year. He emphasized the importance of engaging with various stakeholders, including religious and trade union leaders, to foster a collective call for decriminalization. Let me say briefly what you can expect from us next year. We want to take the message to other Rotary clubs as well, so I'm going to expect Natasha to link us up to other Rotary clubs in Guyana, so we could do events like this with them as well and reach more people, Simpson stated. Guyana's current laws impose severe penalties for same-sex sexual activity, with a maximum punishment being life imprisonment. Although enforcement of these laws has diminished, there remains a strong push from human rights organizations and international entities for their repeal. SASOD has been at the forefront of this advocacy for many years. Simpson acknowledged the shifting societal attitudes toward the LGBTQ+ community, crediting the Guyana Together campaign for its significant impact in combating homophobia. The Guyana Together campaign has been instrumental in our efforts. In just over a year, we have launched 3 impactful videos showcasing diverse voices within the community, achieving over 3 million views across social and mainstream media, he noted. We've had over 100 businesses and organizations endorse the campaign and numerous individuals pledge their support. Simpson highlighted the partnership with Rotary as vital in disseminating their message to professional leaders in both the private and public sectors. Moreover, D. George, president of the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana Incorporated, THAG, has previously pointed out that the criminalization of same-sex intimacy could be hindering the country's tourism potential. She explained that the global LGBTQ+ tourism market represents approximately 7 to 10% of the total travel industry, a demographic that Guyana risks alienating. As SASOD prepares to escalate its efforts in 2025, the organization remains committed to fostering a more inclusive society where all individuals can live freely and without fear of discrimination. Georgetown traffic court charges approximately 60 individuals weekly for traffic offenses. Kaider News, the Georgetown Magistrates Traffic Court has reported an alarming average of 60 individuals charged weekly for various traffic offenses within the Georgetown district. This figure underscores the ongoing challenges related to road safety and adherence to traffic regulations. The court convenes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, addressing a range of offenses, with the most common being obscured license plates, careless driving, and dangerous driving. The penalty for having an obscured license plate is a maximum fine of $200,000, the same as for driving under the influence. In a recent session on Wednesday, Magistrate Shivani Lalaram presided over several new cases. 3 individuals were fined $25,000 each for careless driving, while another defendant faced a total fine of $50,000 for dangerous driving and related offenses. Court records indicate that approximately 70% of individuals summoned for ticketable offenses appear in court, necessitating the issuance of arrest warrants for the remaining 30% who fail to attend. Notably, there has been a surge in traffic cases in November compared to December. On December 8, 2024, a police enforcement operation at the Kitty Seawalls resulted in 82 traffic violations being recorded, leading to 5 arrests and several vehicles being impounded. Regionally, over 42,000 traffic violations were documented during the first week of December alone. In response to the increasing number of traffic incidents, President Irfan Ali has directed the Guyana Police Force, GPF, to take decisive action against reckless driving, speeding trucks, and drunk driving. During a recent broadcast, he outlined measures to enhance road safety, including the use of body cameras for police officers, improved CCTV surveillance, and stricter penalties for traffic violations. President Ali emphasized the need for accountability among all drivers, particularly truck operators, and called for a review of existing laws to address potential gaps. I have asked the Attorney General to examine the laws to see where there are gaps so that truck owners can also have the responsibility of ensuring their drivers work within guidelines, he stated. He reiterated the importance of compliance with traffic laws, urging drivers to prioritize safety. All I am asking you to do in the interest of saving lives is to comply with the law. The issue of driving under the influence was also highlighted, with President Ali directing the GPF to enforce the law rigorously, including holding bar owners accountable for serving alcohol to drivers. He called for clear signage regarding the law in bars and warned of potential suspension of licenses for non-compliance. In a further crackdown on speeding, the GPF will publish the names of drivers who exceed the speed limit multiple times and suspend their licenses for repeat offenses. President Ali noted that 893 speeding tickets have already been issued on the New Heroes Highway. Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken assured the public that the GPF is committed to addressing these issues, stating, "We are going to double back and put all the mechanisms in place. Drivers, you are going to see us." The GPF also plans to implement retraining programs for truck drivers to promote safer driving practices on the roads.